What's up, people? I am back for another video. Um, Today, or right now, we are reviewing um Old. And this is not going to be a review. This is going to be another rant. This movie was absolute shit. This is M Night's, I guess, latest movie. This came out like last year. I didn't watch it at all because I think I was still pretty pissed off about Glass, and I am still pretty pissed off about that movie to this day. So I was just like, nah, I have no interest. I think I saw a trailer and I was like, looks interesting. I was fucking wrong. Boy, was I wrong. And I probably should have just stuck to my guns. But, I figured since I'm going through M. Night movies, I figured this is part of his list. This movie was. This movie was nothing. The idea is these people go to there's a secluded part of this beach because his family getting divorced, so they go to this tourist place. There's a secluded part of the beach where supposedly it de-ages you and they have to try to get out. That's what you would think it was about, but then just nothing. There's just like a bunch of stuff. Like, this film is like the epitome of just shit happening. I was trying to pay attention, but there's no meaningful dialogue. You don't get any real characters. But basically, Guy and Priska, okay, interesting names, are going through a divorce. So to try to basically fix their family, they go to this tourist place, go on a family vacation, and at the hotel, they go, and there's this part of the beach. Basically that they get taken to, and unfortunately at the time, I guess the people start aging really rapidly. And here's the thing: this is like The Mean One. This is one of those. This could have been like a good 40-minute, fan film on YouTube, short film. This didn't need to be a film like an hour and a half. It just was just nothing. Like, this is gonna be a review kind of hard because literally nothing. There's just, yeah, this is happening now. People are aging. Okay, they don't explain it. It's like such a half-baked idea in this movie. It's because, yeah, they start aging. They don't, and then, yeah, one of them dies, and basically the beach starts aging them. And yeah, there's like a random scene where one of the people who are stuck on this island just starts stabbing a guy. It's like very fucking random. Like, what? It's such a weird movie, man. This one's gonna be kind of hard. I'm just gonna get into it because I can't even really do any preamble. Like, it's bad. M. Night, what were you thinking? This is gonna be the title of the video. M. Night, you need to retire, bro. You just need to just hang it up, man. You had your good movies, but you just need to hang it up, man, because, bro, you're not batting any good ones now. Like, you had, for a second, you had Split, but then you fucked it up with Glass, and then you do then this bullshit movie, and then I'm gonna see Knock at the Cabin, not in theaters, but I think that would probably suck, because, like, holy shit, M. Night, just hang it up, bro. I don't know what you were going for. And then I guess here's the fucking twist. The resort they're at is it's some science facility that's testing people. So basically the fucking, in a way, the fucking the Village ending, essentially. But in a fucked up way, as much as I don't like that ending either, The Village had a better ending than this. This wasn't even. You could have. Here's the thing: the idea of this beach, basically, you go there, it ages you rapidly, and you die. You could have kept it at that, but they didn't do that. And also, it's like a back. It felt like a backdrop because we had to focus on Guy and Priska's bullshit relationship, and there's no real characters besides like their family. It's just a bunch of randoms. It just feels like they just got a bunch of random people and just threw them together. And the only real, like I said, characters is the family, and even then they're dog shit. They're not interesting. The kid actor, the boy actor especially, was fucking bad. At least once the age of granted, he was still bad, but at least he wasn't as bad. But they don't really explain anything. Just shit is happening. It's not creepy. I don't know what the fuck M Night was going for with this movie. I almost say, unless you want to just like torture yourself, don't watch this. This isn't like even one I would even say watch as a meme. Like, it's just a bad movie. It's not even a movie. It just feels like it's a half baked idea stretched out for an hour and a half. It's not even a movie because there's no cohesion. There's like, I would like at least that first, I don't even know, 30 minutes to an hour. There's like really no plot going on. You didn't even know what was going on. But anyway, I'm gonna get into it now. Tomorrow so I'm basically gonna do 2 days of bad movies. I'm doing this one, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be doing that really awful Texas Chainsaw 3D. So great, yay me! At least I'll be talking about something positive on Friday. So, but other than that, let's kick off this dog shit review. Dog shit movie. My review is a dog shit. I mean. So we basically are introduced to our couple. There's no real even intro. It just kind of starts. I think that's the other thing. This movie has like no pacing. It just feels like it's just a bunch of shit just kind of happens. Basically, the most we know, yeah, they're going through a divorce, so to try to fix their family. And yeah, their kids are Maddox, which I think is the boy, and then the daughter's. Oh no, I think Maddox is the girl, then Trent's the boy. They're both awful, in my opinion. So they go to this tropical resort. They start. We meet the resort manager. He's not even a character. He's just the. I get. Well, he obviously he reveals about what happens later. I'll be honest, I was half paying attention at that point. Idlib, he befriends Trent. Um, so Maddox and there's a scene where their parents, Maddox and Trent's parents, start arguing. I did not care at this point. Like that's the only kind of character shit you get is that there's these couples going through a divorce, but it's not that interesting. How many couples have gone through divorces in movies? But at least they try to make it interesting. There's none of that in this. It's here's this couple arguing. Okay, where's the old shit coming? It feels well because once again at least as bad as The Happening was, The Happening kind of got going with the whole suicide shit pretty early on in the movie. Even like literally from the start of it. This is just, I think you're not even until a little bit in it with the whole, because there's the part, I think it's like the next morning. What was the point of that whole opening scene? You could have easily just opened the movie where they get to the arguing wasn't needed. It was just, I gotta hear these bad actors argue for fucking us. I don't need it for like a second. I don't need to fucking hear that. M Night, once again, retire. Holy shit. This isn't even a movie. It's just not. There's no pacing. So the next day, they go to the secluded beach part of the movie. This is where we meet our other parties. Some rapper named Sedan, mid-sized Sedan. I don't know, dude. like it's just so random, and I kind of get the idea. You want to have a random group of people, but it's okay. So there's this rapper, but why? And then I guess some random companion. They don't even name her. I love how the Wikipedia thing doesn't even name her. And then Charles and Agnes, and then some other characters. I'm not going through all of them. So they end up finding a corpse. Um, which is, I guess, because there's a scene earlier. She takes a picture. She goes in the water, and then this is where um, yeah, mid-sized sedan, I guess, has nosebleeds. Like, it's such a just a random movie because it's just none of this makes sense. Yeah, there's no cohesive tissue. As bad, like once again, I'm gonna compare this to Happening, even to dog shit afterwards, which is still a worse movie, but God fucking damn it. Hold on. But at least those movies had somewhat there was somewhat connective tissue with as bad as those plots where there's connective tissue. I'm not gonna I still think After is the worst movie. But but this is there's like almost nothing. It's just sporadic. There's nothing tying it together. The only thing you notice about Old is yeah, the kids start aging. That's about it. And then yeah, Agnes dies, and then once again, because you have no investment in the characters, they just die. You don't give a fuck. M Night, man, you used to know how to build characters. Even in Split, there was characters in that movie. There was and that was, I guess, theoretically be 6 years ago now, but at the time of this film was being made, that would have been only 4 years, a 4 year gap. Why? What happened, M Night? You used to make good characters, even decent ones, in the bad ones. This is just this is pathetic. You don't care that Agnes dies. Okay, so I guess there's some. They discover that because part of the reason they're dying is all the people have some medical condition and they can't leave the island because they just end up getting taken back to where they started. So dumb. None of this is explained. None of this is explained. You just look. The Wikipedia thing gives you more of a fucking hint because throughout like the movie, you just don't get none of this. I get visual storytelling, but that's not what M Night was doing in this. And then yeah, this randomly Charles just stabs the shit out of mid-sized sedan for no reason. I don't. It was like when we were at that part of the movie. When I was at that part of the movie, I'm just like, okay, what is happening? I mean, I was thinking that the whole time, but that just okay. Why is he stabbing this dude? Okay, he's stabbing the shit out of him, and then so a mid-sized sedan, I guess his injury heals like fucking Wolverine. I don't know. Ugh. I get it's supposed to look like a cool visual thing. Like this guy stabs the shit out of him and then he heals. But I'm like, one, it just looks like a dog shit attempt at being Wolverine. Like, and this would work in like Glass. Why are we doing this in like a movie like this? It doesn't. So Perska randomly gets none like no explanation. Stomach tumor. They cut it out of her. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of jump to the end here. Um. So yeah, one of them gets pregnant. Um. So jumping to the end, because I'm gonna be honest, I hate doing. I don't want to. I'm not gonna try to never do this in another review. But God, this is one of those that kind of just I gave up at this point in the movie because. So I'll admit I was half paying attention because it's just so they get out and that's how they end it. Like the kids get out. Yeah, Trent and Maddox reunite with their aunt. We get the reveal that the resort's actually a fucking research team from from some pharmaceutical company that are doing clinical trials. And basically, yeah, they spike people's drinks, and you don't give a shit. That's the problem at night. Why would you? This idea, M Night, you should have just did this as an hour movie or some hour indie movie. It didn't need to be an actual movie. Making this an hour and a half just was a waste of time because you wanted, and having some reveal wasn't needed because once again, you got to give a shit to do a reveal, and you just don't. Clearly, I didn't. I didn't give a shit. I don't know if you did. I know I'm acting like I'm talking to him directly, but it's just, God, what was he thinking? I don't understand. Like, what was he thinking with this movie? There's no actual characters besides the family. You don't care about them, and then the other characters are just there to fill, I guess, somewhat of a body count. There's a scene where, like, yeah, there's like these weird visual shit going on, and I don't know, man. I don't get it. That Charles guy freaks out some more. This movie is so lost, and that's why I said M Night just needs to retire because I don't understand how this was even greenlit. I mean, I have to be honest, I don't understand how After Earth was greenlit either, but at least it had kind of a movie structure. As bad as it's a really awful dog shit movie structure, but a movie structure at that. This didn't have that. This just was like, just shit happening. That's why I was like, it could have just maybe been an hour, like an hour short film, an indie film or something that M Night made. It didn't need to be an actual film because this was just a waste. That's why dude needs to retire. Just hang it up, man. You know, you made your movies, hang it up because this is just getting sad. And I don't know. Knock at the door, at least the cabin, or knock at the door, knock at the cabin. I think that's what it's called. At least that idea wise, but that's once again, it's a lot of these. Some of these ideas are interesting. The idea of a beach that you go to that de-ages you could, but once again, okay, if you wanted to make it this corporation, why didn't you just at least make the corporation known? Maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes in, you could have revealed that. No, you revealed it at like the very fucking end when it doesn't fucking matter. You don't give a shit about none of these characters. So you don't give a fuck if they were drugged and this organization. It's like, who cares? I'm just done at that point. And it just abruptly ends. It just feels like M. Night's just throwing shit at the wall now. I really don't understand. Like the character thing. At least like I said, Signs is like probably the best example. There was characters in that movie, not just Mel Gibson. I thought the kids were great. Sixth Sense had characters. Even The Village, granted not great characters, but there were characters in that. Even dog shit Lady in the Water. I wouldn't call it dog shit, but the not so great Lady in the Water had characters. I don't understand. Like M. Night Shyamalan, he can somewhat do characters, and it's just he didn't even do that here. It just was like a bunch of random people just thrown together. And they didn't even really lean into the whole old thing. They don't explain what the beach is. And I'm not saying you need to do like a deep dive or give me like everything, or I need some long exposition scene about it. But I needed something. I needed like at least, because the idea of this beach making you old and maybe you die rapid, that's what it should have just been on paper, but no. M. Night can't just keep it simple. He used to be able to. Unbreakable was pretty simple. There was no real twist really in that. But no, he has to do the twist thing now, and that's just all it is. He's become a one trick pony, but not in a good way. So yeah, M Night just needs to retire. If I was him, just needs to retire. Just hang it up. Because when you're making shit like this is I can see the argument from some people who want to say this is his worst movie because it's not even a movie. It just is shit happening for an hour and a half, and it was like a half baked idea. The reason I'm calling it that because there's no real explored ideas. Once again, it's like M Night just has some ideas in there that could work, but he doesn't explore it. He just fucking it's half baked. Just throw it in there, have little bits in there, but just bunch of bullshit happening, and that's just what it seems like he wants to do now. I don't understand. I get it. Maybe he just likes making movies. I guess it's fine, but I don't know. Hang it up because this is just what you're throwing out at this point. Like at least like what happened? Glass was bad, but at least there was some style, and I can at least say there was some. James McAvoy's performance carried it, and Samuel Jackson's to an extent, yeah. So I can at least say that there's performances in there. Even Anya Taylor Joy was pretty good at it, decent in it. So there's some things in Glass I can at least point to. There's nothing else. There's nothing in this movie. It just was a bunch of half baked ideas, and then the rest are just not shit happening for an hour and a half that you don't give a shit about. So, yeah, this one's definitely like I'll give it a 3, 2. I'm more gonna bit. Yeah, it's a 2 because I can't think of anything positive. Like the reason I could give it worse, but because I do think there's something in there, but this should not have been a whole movie. I actually low key think, like I mentioned earlier in the review, it should have just been like a 40-minute short film on YouTube that somebody made. Some of these ideas just don't work for a whole film length, and it just shows. It clearly shows. Or just M Night didn't even. I don't know if he just doesn't give a shit anymore. Maybe it is at that point he just doesn't care anymore. He's just throwing random ideas at the wall now, and that's what it just feels like. So, yeah, I think fuck, we're kind of done with M Night for a little bit until Knock at the Cabin. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this. I don't recommend it at all. The most I can say is if you're curious, I guess if you wanna be an M Night completionist, maybe. But this is just bad. I can't even go into any character development because there was none. I don't even remember if they get back together. I think they did, the mom and the dad, but you don't care. Nobody cares. It's a bunch of just random people, and the beach is an afterthought. I'm gonna go into that really quick. I was gonna end it, but I'll go into that really quick. It does just it feels like the beach was just such a second fiddle because it was just let's have these random characters. Charles just randomly stabs Sedan for no fucking reason. I guess just to show that they could heal, but it doesn't. One, visually, you wouldn't even know that was happening. And the healing thing that was done, it just isn't interesting. And yeah, nothing. It just the beach. You don't know. If they had just made this whole pharmaceutical company, I think on paper, but they should have did it that they did it for nefarious reasons. Have one of that main manager guy do it because he likes to torture people. Maybe fuck it. Have it be he's like some serial killer doctor. Those happen. Those existed. That it started a company. He's like, I'm gonna lure people at this beach and kill them by having them rage rapidly. It's this crazy thing. It's this crazy experiment. Do something like that. If he wanted to do that, that could work. But he didn't. It's like that's why I say half baked. It's just the beach became an afterthought. It became more about these characters. characters in quotes because they're not even characters. It just, yeah. M. Night, please retire. Just hang it up. Rest on, your laurels like Unbreakable, Glass, not Glass. Fuck off. I didn't mean that. I meant fucking your laurels like Unbreakable. Signs is his best movie for me, but yeah, Signs, Unbreakable. I'll throw Sixth Sense even in there, even though it's not like a one I'll rewatch all the time. But yeah, those are like, just rest on that because you're not there anymore. And if this was only a year ago, this isn't like this was a couple years ago, even like 2020. This was a year ago. I guess I'm still saying a year ago. Technically, that's going to be two because it's almost 2023. I mean, it's 2023 now. So, I guess theoretically it'd be 2 years. But I'd argue it's still only really a year because from what I'm looking at, this movie came out July of 2021, and Knock at the Cabin I think is February. That's not that long, so I'm still gonna technically say that's a year. It's pushing it, but I still call it a year. So it's only a bit over a year gap, and no, I don't think he's gonna get any better. If this is what we're getting, yeah, no. I'm gonna still see it just because I guess technically but that will probably be it for me from him. Unless it's like it wows me, but I don't know. He needs to retire or fucking somehow get better. But I don't know how many times I can keep giving him that chance. Glass, then this. Now, potentially Knock at the Cabin being shit. Like, no, he just needs to hang it up. If Knock at the Cabin is absolute shit, he definitely needs to hang it up. So, anyway. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D review tomorrow. That movie, the timeline doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Alexandra Daddario is at least hot, but that's about the only positive. None of the characters mattered in that, which... Okay, but at least the kills I don't even think were that great. I'll give the 2022 one. The only one thing I'll give that one over this one. At least there were some solid kills in that. This, I don't think there's really any kills that I thought were memorable. They try to have, like, if I remember right, a sheriff character, like, you could definitely tell they wanted to have a similar character like Arlie Ermies, and it just didn't work. And that ending is terrible, where they basically revealed that, because I think the girl or Dario's character is basically Leatherface's cousin, and then I get they're related, but you, instead of doing like the Laurie Michael thing they did back in the day, have him want to kill her and chase her. No. She ends up becoming like basically his caretaker in the end, and it's so bad. I remember watching that the first time, just being like, "What the fuck? What? He killed like all your friends. You're just cool with him now?" And then, oh yeah, we get Do Your Thing, cuz that was from this movie. Oh fuck, man, the things I do for reviews, man. But anyway, I'm gonna cheers and peace out. Fuck old M. Night, retire. As usual. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.